Right now, the angels are arriving to tell you about something happening at this very moment, in an ordinary bar, the kind you find on every corner, where people gather to unwind, to share their stories, and while you go about your life peacefully, completely unaware, someone who holds an enormous place in your heart is sitting in that bar. The table overflows with those typical elements: beer bottles at various stages, half-eaten appetizers, crumpled napkins, that organized chaos that defines nights out with friends. The lighting casts soft shadows across nearby faces, and music plays somewhere in the background, probably something nostalgic that matches this atmosphere of confessions. Each sip of alcohol is like peeling away a layer of varnish, leaving the raw wood more and more exposed. Words begin flowing more easily, laughter becomes freer, gestures more expansive, and those truths we usually keep locked away finally find their path to the surface. Around this person are friends, acquaintances, maybe coworkers or longtime companions, people who know stories, who share references, who are part of that relational network we all weave throughout life. The conversation navigates between different subjects, as always in these moments: work, family, the day's news, that eclectic mixture that flows back and forth without precise direction. But there's one subject that keeps returning. One person this intoxicated soul cannot stop talking about: you. Your name emerges in the conversation like a recurring melody, a central theme around which all other subjects seem to orbit. At first, these are comments that seem to arise naturally in the flow of discussion, but as hours pass and bottles empty, the words become more frequent, more emotionally charged, more revealing. Because when someone is truly in love, when someone carries another person in their heart in a deep and authentic way, it becomes obvious to everyone, especially when defenses fall and sincerity flows unfiltered. And then comes that moment that changes everything. Words that have probably been thought thousands of times, whispered silently during sleepless nights, typed then deleted in unsent messages, but now, under alcohol's disinhibiting effect, finally find their way outward. And this person says they can't take it anymore. The phrase begins like this, loaded with an intensity that silences the table for an instant. Others may talk around them, but in this precise circle, there's focused attention on what's about to be said. Everyone knows something important is emerging, a confession with weight, with meaning. I can't keep pretending I don't feel what I feel. The words come out with that brutal honesty only intoxication allows, that naked truth we normally keep covered with layers of decorum and self-protection. And once the first truth escapes, others follow in cascade, as if a dam had broken. There's no way to contain the flood anymore. This person speaks of you with a mixture of adoration and despair that's overwhelming to witness. They describe small details that only someone truly attentive would notice. The way you smile when you're genuinely happy. Not that social smile you offer strangers, but the one that illuminates your entire face. That specific way you gesture when you speak passionately about something that moves you. That particular tone in your voice when you're tired or worried. That subtle shift only someone really paying attention can catch. I can't look at others the same way anymore. The confession continues, each word heavy with meaning, because no one compares. No one has that particular way of seeing the world. No one makes me feel what this person makes me feel. The friends around are torn between the discomfort of witnessing something so intimate and the tenderness of seeing someone they care about so completely vulnerable. The conversation deepens. This intoxicated person isn't simply declaring love in generic terms. They're painting a detailed portrait of how you've become essential to their life experience. They talk about how days have different colors when you're present, how good things become better when shared with you, how even difficult moments become more bearable knowing you exist in this world. I can't imagine building anything without this person being involved. The words keep flowing, each revealing deeper layers of feeling. Every project I undertake, every dream I have, every vision of the future I create, automatically includes this person, not as an accessory, but as a fundamental part of the entire structure. Friends begin asking questions, some seeking to understand better, others perhaps trying to help this person process these immense feelings being externalized. And the answers arrive loaded with an accidental poetry that only absolute sincerity can create. No planning, no rehearsal, just pure truth poured into the space between the people at this table. I can't listen to certain songs anymore without thinking of this person. The confession continues expanding. I can't pass certain places without memories surfacing. I can't do certain things without wishing this person were there to share the moment. It's as if my entire life has been reconfigured around this presence. There's a tragic beauty in all this, because these words are spoken in a bar before friends, but not before you. You, who should be the recipient of these declarations, you're somewhere else, completely unaware of this torrent of feelings being released. You don't know that right now there's someone talking about you with such intensity, revealing truths that have probably never been shared with you directly. I can't imagine living my life anymore without this person by my side. And now the confession reaches territories of deep commitment, of long-term visions, of a shared future that exists first as possibility in this person's mind. I can't think of accomplishments that matter if I can't look to the side and see this person celebrating with me. I can't imagine going through difficulties without this hand to hold. The friends absorb all this with varied expressions. Some are clearly touched by the depth of feeling expressed. Others are perhaps worried, wondering if these confessions will reach your ears, if there will be regrets tomorrow morning when sobriety returns. But all recognize they're witnessing something rare. True love declared without filters, without games, without the protections we normally use to keep our hearts safe. I can't pretend anymore that I can be truly happy without this person, and this is perhaps the most vulnerable admission of all, because recognizing that our happiness is so intertwined with another person's presence means abandoning a certain illusion of self-sufficiency that many of us like to maintain. It's admitting a dependence, not the unhealthy kind, but the kind that acknowledges humans are social creatures, that true love creates bonds that go beyond the superficial. The conversation in the bar continues unfolding, and this intoxicated person is now clearly in a state of total vulnerability. Defenses have completely fallen. No more pretenses, no more social games, no more fear of judgment. There's only a human heart exposed, pulsing with love for someone who isn't even present to witness this declaration. I can't sleep properly anymore because I think constantly about this person. The confession takes even more intimate tones. I lie in the darkness, reconstructing conversations we've had, imagining conversations we'll still have, thinking about all the ways this person constantly surprises me. And I wake up with my thoughts already turned toward this person, wondering what they're doing, hoping for an interaction during the day. One of the friends, perhaps the boldest or most concerned, asks the obvious question, "So why don't you tell all this to this person?" It's the question everyone around the table is thinking. The logical question in the face of such a deep and clear declaration of love. And the answer that comes reveals another layer of this complex situation. Because I'm afraid. The admission emerges with painful honesty. Afraid these feelings are too big. Afraid of scaring this person away. Afraid that by exposing all this, I'll end up losing what we already have. Afraid of discovering this person doesn't feel the same way. That all this that seems so significant to me is just friendship to them. Afraid of ruining something precious by wanting more. And here's the universal human tragedy. Two people who potentially love each other, but separated by fears, by uncertainties, by that terrible space between feeling and expressing. While this person confides in a bar, you're somewhere unaware that you're the center of such a vast emotional universe, that your actions and words have the power to elevate or devastate someone, that you're thought of, desired, loved with an intensity few people have the chance to experience in their lifetime. I can't remember anymore what my life was like before this person entered it. The torrent of confessions continues. It's as if everything that came before was just preparation, just prologue. The real story of my life began when this person entered it, and now I can't imagine the rest of the narrative without this constant presence. The friends around are clearly torn between encouraging this person to do something with these feelings and worrying about the extreme vulnerability being exhibited. Some are perhaps thinking there will be regrets tomorrow morning about having exposed so much. Others perhaps admire this accidental courage that intoxication has provided, this ability to be completely honest that sobriety rarely permits. I can't hear this person's voice anymore without my heart racing. The confession takes physical nuances now. I can't be near them without my entire body becoming hyper-vigilant, aware of every movement, every breath. I can't touch this person casually, without that contact resonating for hours afterward. It's as if every cell in my body is tuned to this person's frequency. There's an accidental poetry in these intoxicated words, a raw beauty that more sober and prepared declarations rarely achieve. Because when you speak from the heart completely unprotected, When there's no time to polish or edit, what comes out is essential truth, without ornaments but powerful in its simplicity. I can't see happy couples on the street anymore without imagining us like that. The confession continues painting a picture of how you permeate every aspect of this person's life experience. I can't watch romantic movies without projecting our faces onto the characters. I can't hear promises of love without wanting to make those same promises to this person. And then comes one of the most touching revelations. I can't accept less than this anymore. This person has elevated my understanding of what love can be. They've shown me that all those cliches about soulmates and deep connections aren't just beautiful stories, but real possibilities. And now that I know what this is, what it's like to feel something so deep and true, I can't settle for anything lesser. The friends are witnessing a transformation before them. This intoxicated person is processing aloud what they've probably kept inside too long. They're putting into words feelings they perhaps weren't even fully conscious of until this moment. Intoxication serves as catalyst for deeper understanding, for articulation of truths that were always there, but had never been completely examined or expressed. I can't plan vacations anymore without thinking of places this person would love to discover. The stream of consciousness continues. I can't see something beautiful or interesting without wanting to share it immediately with this person. I can't have good news without my first reflex being to tell them. This person has become my reference point for everything. Someone at the table mentions it's maybe time to go home, that perhaps these confessions are going too far. But there's a need in this person to keep talking, to keep externalizing as if years of kept feelings are finally finding an outlet and can no longer be contained. I can't imagine facing challenges anymore without this person as my reason to be strong. The words keep gushing forth. I can't think about success without wanting to dedicate it to them. I can't consider important decisions without thinking about how they'd affect this person. They've become the lens through which I see all my choices. And then comes one of the deepest admissions of all. I can't be the old version of myself anymore. This person has inspired me to grow, to be better, to aim higher. They've made me want to be worthy of the love I feel, worthy of the attention I receive, worthy of being beside someone so extraordinary. They've changed me in ways I can't even fully articulate, but that I know are deep and permanent. The friends finally convince this person to end the evening. There are hugs, words of encouragement, promises to talk again with more sobriety. The check is paid, the bar is left behind, and this person goes home carrying the weight of everything that was said, of all the truths that were released into the air that night. And you, object of all these passionate confessions, you continue completely unaware. You don't know that at this moment in a bar in the city, your name was spoken dozens of times with reverence and love. You don't know there's someone whose heart beats on a frequency synchronized with your existence. You don't know you're thought of, desired, loved with rare and precious intensity. But here's the beauty of this situation. These words were spoken, these feelings were externalized, and once such truths are released into the universe, they have a way of eventually finding their path to where they need to arrive. Maybe not immediately, maybe not in the way we expect, but the energy of love so pure and deep doesn't stay contained very long. This person will wake up tomorrow morning with a hangover, certainly, but also with the clarity that comes from having been completely honest about their feelings, even if it was before the wrong audience. And with that clarity will come a choice. Continue keeping these feelings hidden or find the courage at some point sober to communicate at least a fraction of what was said during that intoxicated night in that bar. Because true love deserves to be declared, deserves to be known, deserves to have the chance to be reciprocated or at minimum to be acknowledged. And you deserve to know there's someone in this world who can no longer live fully without your presence, who has been transformed by knowing you, who sees in you something extraordinary, worthy of all this deep and true love. The bar where all this happened will become just a bar again tomorrow. Other people will occupy that table, other conversations will fill that space. But for this person, this place will forever be marked as the setting where an important truth was finally spoken aloud, where years of kept feelings found their expression, where the love felt for you was witnessed and validated by other human beings. And now this truth exists in the world, no longer confined to one person's heart, but shared, known, real. And such truths have power. They have a way of changing things, of creating possibilities, of opening paths that seemed closed before. What happens next depends on many factors, but one thing is certain. Something important was set in motion that night in that bar, And you, even without knowing it yet, you're at the center of it all. Loved deeply, desired intensely, considered essential to someone's happiness. And that's a precious position to occupy in another human being's heart. Something that deserves to be honored, respected, celebrated with all the passion and commitment this love deserves. If you believe in the power of your guardian angels in this romantic connection, write in the comments, "I receive," or "I am worthy of true love," or 777, to create a powerful link with all your desires for love. Don't forget to like this video if it touched your heart. Subscribe to receive more celestial messages and discover our exclusive content to deepen your spiritual connection. The universe is working for you right now.